Well, my friends, Liberty Garden, March 28th, and I'm planting my spring garden. And today I'm putting corn. I don't really do corn. I'm not very familiar how to grow corn, and the only time I tried it, I wasn't very successful. Maybe because the soil was too hard, or I don't know. Maybe not enough nitrogen. I know it's very hungry for nitrogen. So anyway, what I did today, I'm putting it in this little raised bed. It's a 5 by 2, 2.5, and I'm putting it about 8 inches apart, both ways. And I think it needs a little more space, but I can always cut back if there's too many plants germinating, too many corns germinating or kernels germinating. And what I did, since I know this thing's a little nitrogen hog and I don't have any fertilizer on hand, I got some of the castings that I showed you earlier on, and on each row, I sprinkled it on top of the kernels. So there's the kernels are there, and I sprinkle all these little warm castings on top. Same here. So all that is warm castings, which are real rich in nitrogen, and I'm just gonna cover it. And hopefully this will take care of it. If I can get some nitrogen, my hands on some nitrogen at a later time, I will. I'm not gonna go to the store and risk anything getting a bag of nitrogen, so I'll use natural stuff. And here I also did the same. I put another planting of corn here, and I also sprinkled it with the worm castings. I'm not really. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if it'll grow or not. I have no experience with corn, but I'm gonna give it a shot. And I got some comfrey here, so I guess that's good for something. I got a lot of comfrey. I mean, this thing is crazy. It's already. Look at this beautiful thing. Look at those flowers. This is the one that propagates all over the place from seeds and from cuttings. I think it's the Russian comfrey or the American comfrey. I don't know which one is the one that comes out of this. It grows from the seeds and also from the roots. I think it's the American comfrey, actually, true comfrey, the one that goes both by seed and by root cuttings. It's a beautiful little plant, actually, and people say it has a lot of medicinal values, and maybe not. I've never used it for any of that, so I just like it. But anyway, I thought I'd show you what I did with those worm castings from this bin here. And I'll be planting some beans on this little row, so they can trellis up this fence. And I'll be putting some worm castings on top of those as well to get them started. And that's it. I believe that in line with, so as you can see, I cut the grass today, so it looks nice and trimmed. I will put here some winter squashes. I like the acorn squash and what's I forget the one that looks like a little bell. I forget what the name of that squash is. Butternut squash. I love those two squashes, and those have had real good success planting here. Actually, on this square one time, one of my older videos, you gotta go digging for it, or maybe it was the blog that I had before that got hacked. I had this whole square, which is a nice little, probably like an 18 by 18 or so. I basically took out all the grasses, put the cardboard, and then I put about 4 inches of mulch in it, and then I put some good soil, and that's where I planted my corn, my squash, and the corn did real crappy on it, but the squash went crazy, and I had a lot of good squash that year. The butternut. So I'm gonna try growing some butternut squash on this here, maybe 4 or 5 plants in here. High density planting, and that'll be it, because otherwise that thing just grows so much that you can't even walk through your garden anymore. And I still have to decide what I'm going to do with this little bed here around the house, next to the house. I'll figure out some good use to it. I got also some acorn squash that I could probably put to good use here. I don't know. But anyway, folks, here's the keyhole garden. Doing great. Look at the Swiss chart. Oh, it's looking beautiful. Look at this. Now the lettuces are starting to bolt now, see, and all this stuff is just starting to go to seed because it's getting a little warm. But I knew the Swiss chard was going to be left standing at the end, so I'll come in here and clear all this crap out. Once we get sick of eating lettuce, or they start getting a little too bitter, I'll clear all this stuff, and and I'll plant something else here. I'll see what I'll do with this space here. But yeah, I've been eating lettuces like crazy. These are real nice lettuces, and these are still pretty tasty. I mean, they haven't gone bitter or anything because the tastes are still very nice and cool. But I'm primarily interested in the Swiss chard because the Swiss chard will go on producing for this year and until about middle of next year before it goes to it starts bolting into seed, and it is very abundant. I mean, once these plants grow, they'll grow to about this high. Here where my hand is, they'll get huge, and you can just come cutting these things. I like them in stir fries. I don't really care for them fresh. They're kind of nasty tasting to me, real earthy, real kind of. But on stir fries, they're awesome. I mean, you put these some mushrooms, onions, and a little olive oil, and you stir fry the crap out of them, just a little bit, not much, and they soften up a little bit, and man, they are delicious. You get some of these. You get some of these on this, with a couple of boiled eggs on the side and some soy sauce, and you're taking it to the next level. But anyway, folks, I'm getting hungry already. Uh, until next time, and I'll do another video later about what else I planned. See you.